Where is true happiness? For thousands of years, human beings have been searching for the answer to one question: where is true happiness? Is happiness in wealth? Is it in relationships? Is it in fame? Is it in achievements? We spend our entire lives searching for answers to these questions. Some people devote themselves to earning money, some to gaining respect, some to finding love, and others to spiritual practices. But the surprising thing is that even after achieving everything, a feeling of emptiness often remains within us. It is this profound question that finds a remarkable answer in the Ashtavakra Gita. The Ashtavakra Gita is not merely a religious scripture. It is an ocean of self-knowledge that speaks directly to human consciousness. There are no complicated rituals or difficult practices here. There is only truth, pure, direct, and uncompromising truth. Today, let us understand where, according to the Ashtavakra Gita, true happiness lies. King Janaka's question. King Janaka was immensely wealthy. He possessed great riches, a vast kingdom, respect, and power. There was hardly any material pleasure that was unavailable to him. And yet, there was a question in his mind. If I have everything and still do not feel completely satisfied, then where is true happiness? This curiosity brought him to the feet of sage Ashtavakra. When Janaka expressed his desire for self-knowledge, Ashtavakra gave him profound answers. These teachings became famous as the Ashtavakra Gita. Ashtavakra says that a person is not unhappy because they have too little happiness. A person suffers because they do not know themselves. This may sound simple, but it is the essence of spirituality. We identify ourselves with the body. We identify ourselves with the mind. We identify ourselves with our thoughts, our names, and our identities. But Ashtavakra says, you are none of these. You are pure consciousness. You are the witness. You are the one who observes the body, the mind, and the thoughts. The day this truth is truly experienced is the day a person discovers genuine happiness. The root of suffering. Now the question arises, if we are truly consciousness, why do we suffer? Ashtavakra says that the root of suffering is attachment. We become attached to objects. We become attached to people. We become attached to circumstances. We want everything to happen according to our wishes. And when it does not, suffering arises. Notice carefully, the suffering is not in the object itself. The suffering comes from our attachment to it. If one person experiences great sorrow after losing something while another person does not, it shows that the sorrow was not contained in the object. The suffering was in the mind's attachment to it. Ashtavakra says that we do not need to abandon the world. We only need to abandon our attachment to it. The lotus lives in water, yet the water does not cling to it. In the same way, a wise person lives in the world, but the world does not bind them. This is where the journey toward true happiness begins. The endless search. Our minds are constantly running toward the future. When I get this, I will be happy. When I achieve this goal, I will find peace. When I have more money, I will experience joy. But as soon as one goal is achieved, the mind creates another. And so the endless race continues. Ashtavakra says that the mind itself is a source of restlessness. As long as desires keep controlling the mind, lasting happiness is impossible. This does not mean that having desires is wrong. It simply means, do not make your happiness dependent upon the fulfillment of your desires. If a desire is fulfilled, that is fine. If it is not fulfilled, your inner peace should remain. That is freedom. That is inner happiness. You are what you seek. The Ashtavakra Gita gives us a beautiful message. The person who considers themselves free is free. The person who considers themselves bound remains bound. The world is reflected through the mind. If we believe that we are slaves to circumstances, we experience ourselves as slaves. If we recognize ourselves as pure consciousness, we discover freedom. Most people today are constantly running after external achievements. But Ashtavakra asks us to look within. Imagine a person searching for water in a desert. They keep running from place to place, unaware that beneath the very ground where they are standing lies a source of fresh water. Our situation is similar. We search for happiness outside ourselves, while the source of happiness is within us. Ashtavakra says, "You are that which you are searching for." This statement is extremely profound. We seek joy because our true nature is joy. We seek peace because our true nature is peace. We seek love because our true nature is love. External objects may provide temporary pleasure, but lasting bliss lies only in knowing our true self. Stop fighting with reality. Another important teaching of the Ashtavakra Gita is that we need not constantly struggle with ourselves. We fight with our past. We fight with our mistakes. We worry about the future. But the more we struggle internally, the more restless we become. Ashtavakra says, "Accept what is." Acceptance does not mean giving up. Acceptance means seeing reality exactly as it is. When the mind stops fighting against reality, a deep peace arises within. And that peace gradually transforms into bliss. Janaka's transformation. When King Janaka heard this knowledge, a profound transformation took place within him. He understood that he was not merely a king. He was not merely the body. He was not merely his thoughts. He was infinite consciousness. It is said that after this realization, Janaka became completely free while continuing to live in the world. He continued to rule his kingdom. He continued to fulfill his responsibilities. But inwardly, he became completely free. This is what makes the Ashtavakra Gita so unique. It does not teach us to run away from the world. It teaches us to become free while living in the world. Freedom from comparison. If we look at our lives today, we will find that much of our stress comes from comparison. We look at others and measure ourselves against them. They have more money. They are more successful. They have more respect. But comparison never ends. Ashtavakra says that when you know yourself, comparison disappears because your worth is no longer determined by external achievements. Your worth is determined by your very existence. And existence itself is priceless. The witness. Another important teaching is the state of being a witness. To be a witness means to observe your thoughts and emotions. If anger arises, observe it. If fear arises, observe it. If anxiety arises, observe it. You are not anger. You are not fear. You are not anxiety. You are the witness of them. Just as the sky is not affected by the clouds passing through it, the self is not affected by the movements of the mind. As this understanding becomes deeper, a person becomes inwardly detached. Circumstances continue to change, but their inner center remains steady. This is true happiness. The message is still relevant. The message of the Ashtavakra Gita is just as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. Technology has advanced. Comforts have increased. Resources have increased. Yet human restlessness has also increased. Why? Because we have developed externally but have forgotten inner development. We have increased our possessions and tools, but we have made less effort to know ourselves. Ashtavakra invites us to return within. Stop. Look within. Discover who you truly are. And when you know this, you will understand that the happiness you were searching for throughout the world was present within you all along. The essence of Ashtavakra Gita. The entire message of the Ashtavakra Gita can finally be expressed in one sentence. True happiness is not found in any object, person, or circumstance. True happiness lies in knowing your real nature. When the mind becomes peaceful, when attachment disappears, and when a person recognizes themselves as pure consciousness, they experience a joy that never ends. That joy is bliss. That is liberation. That is the message of the Ashtavakra Gita. And that is the answer to the question, where is true happiness? It has always been within you.